Walking doesn't work. And please let me explain, because I'm not saying walking's not a good idea. But walking by itself is not a good idea. I can go walking for an hour, unless you're walking 25 kilometres, in which case it'll probably work if you're not used to walking 25 kilometres. But most people go for a walk around the block, or go for a 30-minute walk. It's not doing anything. The only thing it's doing, and this is not at a muscular level, it's actually clear in this. So going for a walk, what will happen is you'll disengage your head and your body and your perception of reality that you live inside your house. And you'll be distracted by everything on the outside. Now, if you're walking up a lot of hills, yeah, that'll be great. If you're walking down a lot of hills or stairs, something that's not relatively flat, that's good, because it actually engages muscles that you normally wouldn't engage. Because let's be honest, our brain's default position is always going to be comfort. So if you think, like if I think I'm going to walk from my house to the shops down the road, which is like a 10-minute walk, it's relatively flat from here to the shops. And all I'm doing is getting out of the house and disengaging this to go and get what I need at the shops, and then walking back and getting back into my comfortable environment inside my house. So walking doesn't work unless you incorporate it with something else. So one of the things that I've started doing lately, and trust me, I'm feeling it, is I've started doing forward lunges and push-ups. Now, in the part of the country or part of the world that I'm in at the moment, it's pretty friggin' warm. So if you go walking early in the morning, it's not bad. But I can assure you, I come home drowning in sweat. Because, I think it was yesterday, I have certain days of the week that I'll walk, and certain days of the week that I'll work in the gym, and certain days of the week that I'll row or whatever. But yesterday and the day before, I thought, right, I'm going to go and incorporate forward lunges and push-ups. So yesterday I did 120 forward lunges on my walk. I was at an oval, and this is not to look at what I can do. It's, yeah, I can do it, but I did 4 rounds of 30, and 30 lunges for me is the entire length of a cricket pitch. So if you can find an oval somewhere near you and there's a cricket pitch, go and do lunges and see how many lengths you can do and see how many rounds you can do. And don't stop when you think, oh geez, my legs are tired. Keep doing it. Keep doing it until you're almost ready to fall over. It's till failure, basically, is what you've got to do. And whatever that is for you, that is for you. I don't care if it's half a fucking length of a cricket pitch. It doesn't matter. Right? It does not matter. Whatever it is for you. But the whole purpose of going for a walk is to push yourself outside your comfort zone. The walk itself won't change you. It's what you do on the walk that will change you. You will change. I guarantee, if you do some sort of stair climb, hill climb, up or down, doesn't matter. Go and do some lunges, do some push-ups, do something on your walk that is outside of your comfort zone. Because going for the walk does nothing except disengage this from your perception of reality. Whatever that is, it doesn't matter what it is. Now, if you've never been for a 5-kilometre walk, or if you've never been for a 1-kilometre walk, for fuck's sakes, just start there. This is not about pushing yourself to the max if you've never done anything. Right? That's not what this is about. This is about doing something that you normally wouldn't do. Now, I'm reasonably fit because I do a lot of workouts or exercise or whatever you want to call it. My VO2 max is not brilliant, but it's certainly better than a lot of people my age and possibly people younger than me, because I do it more, right? So my normal is going to be different to your normal, right? And unless I know what that is, so if my normal is 0 and I go for a 1-kilometre walk, I need to assess that and go, how did I cope with that? Oh, it was actually pretty easy. It was easier than I thought it was going to be. So next time I'll go, right, I'm going to do double that. So a 1-kilometre walk, I don't know, let's say that takes 15 minutes. I actually have no idea. I probably should, but I don't, and I don't really care. Go for a 15-minute walk. If that was easy, look at the route you took to do that 15 minutes and go, right, I'm going to do it twice tomorrow, or I'm going to go, that was way too easy. Like 15 minutes, I'll kill that. Like, let's find something easier. And if you've got to go somewhere to find, let's make it easier. Let's make it harder, sorry. Let's make it harder. And even if you've got to drive somewhere to find that, go and do that, right? It's about getting out of your comfort zone, both mentally and physically, because both work in unison with each other. All right? So walking by itself, it's nothing, right? Yeah, it'll get your blood flowing and all that sort of stuff. And it is good to go for a walk to get the blood flowing after a meal, not necessarily an intensive walk, but a walk. So therefore, it does have its benefits, if you like. But I would much prefer for you, anybody, I don't care who it is, I do not care who this is. I don't care if you're 20 or 90. It is far better to go and do a heavy weight session twice a week than to walk every fucking day. It's better if you do both for numerous reasons. And again, I say walking doesn't work. It doesn't work by itself. You need to add things to it, right? So if you're walking every day, add the 2 weight sessions a week. Go and lift something heavy. If you live in a farm, I can guarantee there's a lot of things that you can go and lift that are heavy. Could be fucking fence posts. Could be a tractor tire. If you live in a farm, there's plenty of stuff around for you to go and lift. If you live outside of suburbia. In fact, if you live inside of suburbia, it's probably harder unless you join a gym or go to a gym or find an accountability partner that goes to a gym or whatever it happens to be, it doesn't matter. But go and do something that is outside of your comfort zone twice a week plus the walking, right? The walking by itself doesn't work, right? It's what you do on that walk that adds to your longevity and the quality of life on that path. So by itself, you're not going to do a lot of good at all just by walking. You have to add things to it. And that includes changing your diet. If you're going on a walk thinking you're going to lose weight by walking, no, you'll lose weight by changing your fucking diet. Now, what you will do by walking is get this working a bit more out of the ordinary. It stops you thinking the way you would normally think. I work in an office most of the time now, right? Which means, like now, I'm sitting on my ass. And if I don't change that, if I don't actively engage this thing and go, right, it's time to go and get into the gym or go for a walk or go for a bike ride or whatever it happens to be, you know, get on the rower. I like the rower. I don't mind bike riding, I just don't have a bike at the moment, right? The plan is to get one next year, but that's for next year and another time and another video. But I just want you to understand that by going for a walk, yes, it is helping, but it is possibly the longest term plan you could find. If you are trying to change yourself metaphysically, emotionally, mentally, physically, if you want to change any of that, walking is going to be the slowest path to that end. The slowest. You need to push yourself. You need to get comfortable with getting up tomorrow and feeling sore. Unless you're feeling sore, and trust me, if you've never done anything at all, by doing something, you will feel some sort of pain tomorrow. And that's a good thing. It is honestly a good thing to wake up sore. I'm sore at the moment from doing 120 lunges yesterday. I don't normally do 120 lunges. And as you know, if you've watched enough of my videos, my wife and I on most Mondays, we didn't this Monday for reasons that don't matter, we normally go and do these stairs that are close to us, 145 stairs. So we see people that go up and down, up and down, up and down, and they might do 20 or 30 rounds of these stairs. And we look at them and go, holy shit. But the thing that I notice is none of them are out of breath. None of them slow down. So they're conditioned to that. They need to up their game just as much as you do if you're not doing anything. You might go out and see these people on 145 stairs and go, holy fucking shit, how the hell are they doing all these? Because they've been doing it for years and they're conditioned because they're not out of breath. Now, I can assure you, I couldn't do 20 sets of these stairs non-stop and not be out of breath. I would be a mess because I don't normally do that. It's something out of the ordinary, which is why I go and do it. It's I want to push myself when I'm doing exercise to do something I normally wouldn't do. Now, when it comes to lifting weights like I do here in the gym, I have to be very careful. Yes, I'm reasonably strong and I'm reasonably fit, but I don't want to let ego get in the way. And ego just comes from here. That's all it is. I don't want to let ego in the way and start lifting things that I can't lift. I have to know how to lift those heavy weights. But if you've never lifted before, you've got to start somewhere. So start with an empty bar or start even with a broomstick. Learn how to lift before you start lifting too much. Because I can assure you, one bar by itself with no weight on it is 20 kilos. And people think, oh, there's only 10 kilos on that. There's not a lot of, have you included the bar, dickhead? Now, I've got 30 kilos on that bar, and that's not a lot, but it's enough for me at the moment at my level of fitness and my level of strength. Now, if I put that on the floor and start doing deadlifts, yeah, that's way too light. But for the exercise I'm doing over here and the weights I'm doing over here, that's my limit at the moment. I could probably do more, but it's not about doing more. It's about getting into the physical shape that you want to be. And I don't even want to be in physical shape. Like, I don't want to be ripped and buffed and 5% body fat. That's not the goal. The goal is muscle mass. Just maintaining muscle mass into my formative years. All right, that's the goal, is to be healthy and have wellness as I age. Because all that muscle structure supports my bones, my joints and my ligaments and my blood flow and my heart and my lungs and every other facet of my skeletal structure. That's what I want. And so I came on here to say that walking won't work, and it won't work by itself, but it will help to get you into a situation outside of your house and outside of your comfort zone that will help you to go, oh, there's a cricket pitch Daz was talking about. Let's see if I can do one length of that cricket pitch doing forward lunges. And if you can't do forward lunges, if you've never done a forward lunge, don't start at the cricket pitch. Start at a door frame where you can hold on to something for balance, or do squats, or do something different. Or if you want some help, just send me a question. I'm happy to help you. But at the end of the day, walking doesn't work by itself. What walking does is it will put you into the situation where you can think a bit more outside the square and go, oh, I need to incorporate walking with something, whatever that happens to be. Now, if you do farmer's carry, that's just walking. But a farmer's carry is going to be carrying weights. And the most weight that you can carry on a farmer's carry is one of the best ways to walk. If you can walk for 2 minutes carrying half your body weight, and most people say carry your body weight. I wouldn't start with that. That's a lot. Like, even if you're 60 kilos, and that's pretty light, and I can assure you I'm way north of 60 kilos, to do body weight, you would need to carry 30 kilos in each hand for 2 minutes. There are not a lot of people that can do that. There's not a lot of people. And you certainly wouldn't start with that. If you've never done farmer's carry before, start with 10 kilos. Go and fill up a couple of bags with soft drink cans. Hopefully you haven't got soft drink cans, but some sort of canned food from the cupboard inside your house will help. And just walk, holding those. Because grip strength and leg strength are the two things you need to be working on if you haven't done any sort of training whatsoever. And doing farmer's carry and walking covers both of those. Both of them, right? So it's what you do that's incorporated with your walk that's going to help you. Don't just walk. Because your brain will go, okay, we'll just go this way, do a lap of the block, or go down to the shops and walk back, or whatever it is. Oh, I went for a walk today. Big fucking deal. Like, honestly, it will take you an eternity to get, if you've even got a goal, because you need to set that to start with. You need to set the intention of, I want something at the end of this year. I want something at the end of this month. I want something at the end of this week, whatever it is. And then go about pursuing that as hard as you can. Right? People tend to overestimate what they can do in a month and underestimate what they can do in a year. So, don't just walk. Push yourself, right? Start by walking, yes, because that will put you in the situation to look at things differently. Get out of your house. I always say, put your fucking shoes on. Put your shoes on and get out the door, because that's when the situation will get in front of you to go, oh, there's a cricket pitch, or there's an oval. I could run around the oval once, or do half a lap running and half a lap walking, and half a lap running and half a lap walking, whatever it is. It's getting out of the house and going for the walk that puts you in the right situation to start with. All right, so as I always say, at the end of every video, and I'm going to keep saying it until the day I die, nothing changes until you do. And these little snippets of videos that I'm putting up for everybody to see is all about getting you to change. Change what you do on a daily basis. Make your lifestyle different. Do something, because unless you do something, Nothing changes until you do. You have to make the change. So make the change today. Take a step, put your fucking shoes on, get out the door, and watch what situations arise around you in order to push you that little step further. Little step, day by day by day. If you've got to get out of the house every day and walk, then do that. I don't give a fuck if it's raining, I don't give a fuck if it's 40. If it's going to be 45 degrees where you are, and this is in Celsius for anyone watching this overseas, that's a hot day. So your brain's going to go, fuck that, I'm not getting out at 45 degrees. Then get out at 5 o'clock in the morning. It won't be 45 degrees at 5 o'clock in the morning. It might be 25, 30. But whatever it is, you need to make that decision. And every time you back down from what you said you would do, your fucking brain wins. You lose. I used to work in an environment where it was 45 during the day and 30 overnight. So you get up in the morning, it'd be 30 degrees, minimum in summer, sometimes hotter. And so to walk outside was, you didn't want to do anything. But I used to do fly in, fly out, mining in Australia. And so I would go to a gym, because why? The gym was nice and cool. I could work out there in peace and quiet. Trust me, out of however many people were in camp, there were very few people using the gym. Very few. And so I had to make that decision that no matter what, I would go to the gym. Now there were days I was too tired and I didn't go, and that day, my brain won. And so I go, righto, you win today. But the next 3 days, it wouldn't win. I would do something. I would always play catch up. But now I no longer catch up. I have a set routine that I go and do certain things on certain days. And if I don't, like as I said before, my wife and I do the stairs on a Monday. If I don't do that, I'll do something to replace that, right? There's always alternatives, always. I've seen people with missing limbs. I've seen people in a gym with a broken leg, and it doesn't stop them. It just means they can't do leg day. They can do the other leg day, so they'll do whatever with their opposite leg because they're not broken, but they'll at least show up. And it's the showing up, it's the putting your fucking shoes on and getting out the door. That's the thing. That's the first problem you need to get past, is putting your shoes on and getting out the door. And once you start the walking or the process, whatever it is you're going out to do, once you start that process, your brain switches off and it starts engaging with what else can I do? I'm already on this walk, I might as well make it worth my while. Don't just walk around the block, don't make it easy, because by making it easy and not exerting yourself in any way, shape or form, and sweating, particularly in summer, it's much harder to sweat in winter, but there are ways and means of making that happen. And sweating is a good thing. It detoxes your body. So, just make the decision. We're just about at a new year, and there's a lot of people that make these fucking New Year promises to themselves. I said 2-3 weeks ago, you've got a month until the new year, and if you're not prepared to start now, you never fucking will. You're a flake. You're a lazy ass flake. And you've only got you to blame. And I'm just calling you out on your bullshit, and you know it. So if you need to change your life, don't wait till the new year. Don't go, I'll wait till then, because you're like every other person that'll go and buy a gym membership on January 1 and 2 weeks later they haven't fucking used it. It's about doing it now. You don't have, tomorrow's not even promised. But if you get tomorrow, then you want to be in the best physical, mental shape that you can be in order to face tomorrow. And every day you want to try and get better in some way. Learn something, do something, become physically or mentally or spiritually better. Doesn't matter what it is. It's all about improvement. So, as I said before, and I'll keep saying again, nothing changes until you do. And if you need help from anyone, if you're 50 plus, that's my demographic. That's who I train. And if you need to know where to start, or want some help, or want some guidance, or whatever, just send me a question. It costs nothing. It costs nothing to ask a question. So hopefully this has been helpful. Have a great Christmas if I don't see you between now and then, which I probably won't. And have an awesome new year. And like I say, get in contact, let us know. Ciao.